Let us turn. We're going to start our readings of Psalms 122, continue on 92, Psalms 23, finally ending up in Exodus, the 20th chapter. Psalm 122 is where we will begin. Reads as follows. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yahweh. All feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built as a city that is compact together, where the tribes go up, the tribes of Yah unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the there are set the thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They will prosper that love thee. Peace be within thy walls, prosperity within your palaces. For my brother and companion's sake, I will now say peace be with thee. Because of the house of Yahweh Elohim, I will seek thy good. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let us turn to Psalm 92. Read Psalm 92. It is as follows. It is a good thing to give thanks unto upon an instrument of 10 strings, upon the psaltery, upon a harp with the psaltery, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. For my horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of a wild ox. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. Mine eye also shall see my desire on my enemies, and my ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon. Psalms 23. Psalms 23 will be our next reading. Psalms 23. For Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. He make me to lie down in green pastures. He lead me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepare the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anoint my head with oil, and my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Finally, let us turn to Exodus, the 20th chapter. Here we find the words of our Elohim, which he wrote with his finger himself upon 2 tablets of stone, delivered them into the hand of his servant Moses on Mount Sinai, and bring them down and teach them to the children of Israel, that they may become an everlasting covenant, signifying that he will be our Elohim, and will not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy to the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh Elohim in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor your daughter, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor the stranger that is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is. And he rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh Elohim giveth thee. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And all the people saw the thunder and the lightning, the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. They said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. Let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die. Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for Elohim is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. Hallelujah. 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 Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time. Hallelujah. This time, are there any comments as we go forward? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Shabbat shalom. All praises, all glory belongs unto one. That's Yahweh Elohim of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I want to give thanks and praise to the Most High Yah for allowing me to rise up this day, for putting strength in my body, for giving me my right mind, and blessing me with this breath of life. I give thanks and praise to Yah for all that He does for me and mine. And I ask Yah that He will continue to watch over my family and keep us safe. And I'm so thankful and I'm so blessed because tomorrow is a day that's so dear to me and it's dear to her too. But it's more dear to me because if she was never born, I would never be. So tomorrow, my mama's 63rd birthday. I want to give thanks and praise to the Most High Yah for blessing her, for blessing me to come through her. So hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Hallelujah. We give thanks for her as well, for allowing her to see another blessed day and longevity of life. Still young. Yes. 63. 63. I'm trying to hopefully attain those days. So I want to thank him and praise him for who he is. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Any other comments from anyone? Yes, sir. Shalom.
Clarify something from here. You know something about 70? We only got 70 more days left or something. They keep on complaining about it or they're worried about it. Does it have any? Do you think it has anything to do with the 400-year curse? Because they said I heard a Jewish guy in the store. I know he was Jewish because he had the thing on his head. He was talking to someone. He said 70. He said all this will have problems in about 70 days. It wouldn't be 70 years, but 70 days. I kept looking like, I didn't get in on the whole conversation, but we were in line. But it was 70 something. I'm like, 70. Well, I know years, and I'm pretty sure that 400 years is the form, isn't it? So it's something that's irritating, man. And I'm trying to figure out like what's irritating. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm with my fringes on and he turned around and looked and then he gets quiet. I'm thinking to myself, what is this about? I just want some clarification here. It's something that's got something to do with 70 years in 2018. I know it's 400 years. 2019 is 400 years, right?
From 1619 to, from 1619 to 20 is 400. But that's, that's kind of a loose end question for me to have to tackle without the scope of being said. Because just to just to have him say 70 years and then not know what context he's saying 70 years in.
Not 70 years, 70 days. I did hear 70 within either this year or next year. Like something was going to be over, it's going to be over. It's like, well, the gig's going to be up and everybody's going to know.
Be a multitude of things that we're talking about. You other conversation, be something that he has to talk about. No, 46. Look, running like I say when I said, this is not after not for us. We are counted as on this June, but if you want And how people kind of from into a yeah, Totally clean. Now totally get. So we have to transfer. We're not transfer to a clean environment. When you go and you surgery, you don't keep them in the environment. You have to stop. When you want to do something in that area, you clean it. You have to change the environment of it. In your life, change. Your environment change. You want me to tell you, you have the hell will say this. That's saying? Yeah. You won't lean in Isaiah. You won't lean on he that smote you, but you'll lean you'll lean on him because you won't be on nobody else. He gonna change whether we want it or not, whether we like it or not. He gonna change the environment and the conditions which we even in. Then who else are you gonna lean on? You're gonna lean on to here's the two things you're gonna lean on to. Your own desire and how you see things, or you're gonna lean on most high. But he's gonna change the conditions. Yes. Yes. No more middle ground. No more playing. He's gonna change the conditions. He's gonna change the conditions. Not only the conditions for Israel, he's gonna change the conditions for the whole world. For every man. Yeah. Where there is no strength, where you can look for a man, can look to another man and find strength in him. Yeah. But that's why he's telling the righteous, he's telling them to have wisdom. He's telling them, condition your mind to make the choices now as to who you will lean on. Don't wait till I come and change things. But when I come and change things, for the majority of you, it'll be too late. Condition yourself now to be able to make changes. This message came to me overnight. Condition yourself now. No more running off at the mouth. No more excuses. No more waiting. You see things need to change, then you better start changing ASAP, like yesterday. Yes, sir. Time for change. Now, some people ain't gonna be able to roll with you. Because they're gonna start saying, what's wrong with you? You too hard. Listen, it ain't that. There's a sense of urgency in the air. I don't know what he's talking about 70 days. But maybe he knows something that we don't know. That's right. That in 70 days, something gonna jump off that we don't know. Who knows? But the Creator said, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. We can't keep doing after the abominations, not the good things, because everybody's privy to do good things. To look and see that there's good things in the Islamic nation, that ain't what I'm told to not like and condemn. To look and find good things in the Asian nation, that's not what I'm told to dislike and condemn. I'm never told to dislike anything that's good. I'm told to dislike what is abominable in the eyes of Yah. And to do that, I must familiarize myself with what is abominable in the eyes of Yah. And that's what I must lay down. That's what I must not learn to accept. And if I have accepted it, that's what I must change. I must change the ways and the thinkings that this man, my enemy that I've been with for no matter how long you want to say, has given me. Because he haven't given me the ways of my fathers, even outside of the law, statutes and judgment, my ways, my thinking. He haven't given me that. He's given me a whole nother thinking. I have to change that way of thinking. Go to a school, get education, yes. But I still got to challenge and go above even what you educating me, the manner in which you educating me. Because it's flawed. I was with my son. We watching History Channel. Didn't know none of them cats except for one. And he's telling me how, Daddy, this ain't, he probably learning more. And that's why people are taking that route of homeschooling. Because he's probably able to learn more with me just on a humble sitting down watching History Channel and watching things than he is in school. Where I send them to learn things. No handwriting. No handwriting. You got cats can't even, you got kids, yes. Can't even sign their name. Don't know what that is to sign their name. Because when they do a paper and their name has to be on it, all they got to do now is hit a button, boom, and it comes up. So penmanship is gone. Then you wonder why your stuff can be hacked. Because if all I got to do is sit back and hit a button, then it can come up. And a person that's in that field know that, then man, they hitting buttons all day, and people's signature coming up on stuff. But can't nobody hack. You got to go to school to do that. Can't nobody hack penmanship, because the thing about penmanship is this. Every time you sign your name, you never sign your name the same. You never write anything the same twice. That's right. You never do. Yeah, we do. People in the high-level government that do investigations, CIA and all that, that's what they look for. If they find where a person has wrote something, if they find where a person has signed their name, and it's the exact same way 2 or 3 times, they'll tell you that's a forgery. Because I can sign my name right now 10 times, and they'll not all 10 of them will look the same. They'll be my penmanship, but they won't all be the same. But they don't have that. That's not taught to them. Home ec. Home ec. Huh? Raise your hand if when you was in school you had home ec or something kin to it. Yeah. Home ec. Right. Learn about things that consist around a house. Huh? Little young ladies had learn how to what? Bake? Huh? Measure flour? Huh? Measurements? Don't get mad at me. Those that know it, they ain't gotta get mad. Those that don't, you don't have to get mad. Change. But ask see how many people you can take in the kitchen, young lady, you can take in the kitchen right now, and tell them I need you to measure me out a half a cup of flour. Cup of flour. I need 3 quarts of milk. See how many can see how many. I need you to thread out this needle. What? Huh?
They might not do that. They would have you. You got to thread the
Yeah, you got thread. You might be right with that one. They might be good with that one. But and not only the ladies, the fellas.
Yeah.
Here's a piece of 2x4. I need to cut down to 2 3/4 inches. They looking at you like what? We're gonna assemble this partition wall. What? What is that? Is this a drill or a hammer? Huh? They don't know. They don't know. Because it's a dumbing down of society. See, that's why it ain't no mistake that the ruler is ruling. That's ruling. Because he's ruling in the society. You have a person that don't require that he don't intellectually require much. Because he's ruling in a society that intellectually don't require much. So change. And that's why I say the Almighty is requiring much. He's requiring change. And we have to put down, so that means putting down things, a lot of things that we learn from other people that are bad things. I tell you again, I was with a sister and she was telling me how she was in endeavor to start getting healthy. And she had in her bag, she had salad and some other things. And she was like, yeah, I got the salad and this and that and this and that. And then she didn't even want to eat the salad for lunch. She said, I just had that last. She didn't even want to eat it. I said, well, you know, I just talked to her. But she pulled out some crab meat. I said, well, I said, no, that ain't, you got to leave that alone too. She was like, huh? She like, nobody told me. She like, I mean, this is healthy. I said, nah, that ain't healthy. She said, man, no wonder why I still got, you feel like I be swelling. I said, yeah. I said, yeah. And even if it was, the same, you should leave it, you got to leave it alone. And I ain't tell her, well, because I found it. I said, because that's the law of Yah. And she said, that is in the Bible. You ain't did nothing but quote the Bible. I said, yeah.
Hallelujah.
See, the beautiful thing about Yah and his word is he gonna start making people see his word.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by change. He gonna start making people see his word. Deuteronomy 18, for those that just came in. 18 and 10. Let's pick up there.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that uses divination or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto Yahweh. And because of these abominations, Yahweh thy Elohim doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with Yahweh thy Elohim. For these nations which thou shalt possess, hearken unto you. For these nations which thou shalt possess, hearken unto observers of time and unto diviners. But as for thee, Yahweh thy Elohim have not suffered thee so to do.
See, not for us. Everybody else did that. Huh? And like I said, then while we wasn't in the 60s, we wasn't supposed to be sitting out there with much and LSD tablets and weed and living. And this is the age. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Well, we ain't focused on no Aquarius anyway. We ain't talking about no Aquarius. We supposed to be measuring things by the Most High Yah. No zodiac sign. No something that the Almighty didn't give. No half man with a bow and arrow on, and he half man, half horse. What I want to pay attention to that for? And then some of our people even say, well, if we came up with it, if we did, it was out of wickedness. I ain't seen y'all tell to give us no sign talking about you follow this man that's a half horse, half man with a bow and arrow. You look for this bull. Let me tell you something. The only time I saw our people when we were looking for bulls and calves and bullock and worshiping and stuff and doing stuff like that, we was worshiping it. And that was false idols. But you looking in the sky, but I'm Taurus. I'm the bull. Our people even so finagle, they might miss relationships. I'm Pisces. I don't get along with Capricorn. We don't get along. And who told it? What the dickens is that? Because some sign somebody done told you to use that as your representative. That's seeped in your mind. Now I'm sad to tell you, I can't get with them Virgos. We can't be together. What is madness? What that don't have nothing to do. If I can be with you in the month I'm born in, don't have nothing to do if I can be with you or not. This is what y'all is telling us. What it has to do with is how we are reared, how we are raised, and how we look at life. Not no astrological sign. That might keep me, like I said last week, that might keep me from finding that bone that fit right there in that joint.
That's right.
Because I'm going off some astrological sign. I said, well, the sign tell me that this ain't right. I throw it away. And that was the perfect one for me. Then I said, well, that sign, he in my sign. He in my field. And I got the worst joker I could ever put into my life. Because of some astrological sign. Because I went to see Miss Shay Shay with a turban on her head and a little dirty ball. And she rubbed her hand over and did sleight of hand trick and asked me questions so I could start talking. And all she was doing was feeding off of what I was telling her. Oh, yeah. But yes, when you walk out of here, there'll be a man. When you walk out my house, there'll be a man. And he'll come down the street He'll have on white shoes. Okay. Look for him. Well, how many over is that? That's the one for you. These things, the Almighty said, stay away. This is how some nations have governed themselves. This is how some emperors and some kings have governed themselves. This is how they've even procreated. Now the sign, they prognosticated, their fortune teller come to them. This is the sign, king. You take your queen, and because the stars are lined up, and you lay with her tonight, and you'll bear a son. Oh, this the time? Yes. It's madness.
What's the difference in what was it Joseph or what he told the king the dream that he had?
Yes. That wasn't based on no astrological sign. He was just enabled to interpret what was on his mind. Because the king dreamed things, see, and we'll go into that because I don't want to stray too far. And we're gonna get to this. But you dream things often, especially in what the king did, based on what's in your locked in your subconscious. They did a study on dreams. There's a couple of things about dreams. Dreams often are things that are unleashed from your subconscious that you have suppressed. You're supposed to have a conscious mind and a subconscious. Your dreams are supposedly come from your subconscious, meaning things that have occurred maybe through the day or through the week that you have suppressed and put back. They're not in the forefront. So they supposedly get released when you dream, and then the dream comes when you in your deepest sleep. And you in your deepest sleep, supposedly, right when it's time for you to wake up. That's why most people, they dream, what they do after they dream is they instantly spring up after you've had a dream. And so Pharaoh, that's what was going on when you read that story. He was dreaming, and he dreamed it, and he dreamed it 2 nights. He dreamed it 2 nights in a row. And the Almighty, and Joseph said, "This is because the Almighty put this on your mind, and it's double because He wanted you to know this is of Him, and it's sure to come to pass." He said, "Now what's on your mind is you concerning your kingdom. No different than Nebuchadnezzar had his dream, because it would concern him was his kingdom." But these things, these concerns were in their subconscious, but they came out, and the Almighty came to him and would let him know there's a message in it from me. Now let me send you a man, and that's not everybody that have the gift, and that's wise enough to interpret and deliver you the message of the dream. We'll go over that Joseph and Daniel, because that was a gift. People be talking about, yeah, girl, what you dream about? Hey, get out of here. They said with them two, that's what their been was at. What you dream? The king both times, they told me he ain't gonna tell you. They said, you tell us if you really interpret dream. If this is your gift, your talent, you tell us. You tell me what I dream. That goes back to what I was saying, even in the confines of this, when you're dealing with fortune, I ain't gotta tell you nothing. You tell me. You don't need nothing from me. Let me come here and just sit down and be quiet. You tell me why I'm here. If that's really your talent, you really can see, you tell me. It's like the one, I don't want to make light of it because it's never good. But the one fortune teller a few years ago, they got murdered. They said she couldn't see that when she went outside, somebody was gonna shoot her. You in here paying her all that money, she could see what's gonna happen for you, but she couldn't see what was gonna happen for her. I don't think she was in the right business. But the Almighty told us, He said, what?
Yahweh Elohim, who raised up unto thee a prophet.
Now read that 10 through 11 again.
Okay, hallelujah. chapter 18, verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or an observer of time, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits.
With familiar, yeah, you can talk to dead people. Huh? The boy in the movie, I see dead people. Yeah, you can talk to dead people. Yes, they are receptive as they try to transition. They are spirits. And they try to hang on in this world when the lines are blurred. Yes, they can be communicated with. But the Almighty said for Israel, you should not do so. Let the dead go and be with the dead. That's why he said for the living, should we inquire of the dead. That's why he asked that in the book of Isaiah. But you know what's going on? And mark you down, because we're talking about the signs of the times. And this is what you look for to see the way of the world and where it's going. Do you know what's going on? Many people, Christian, Muslim, and Israelite, is laying this down or putting it to the side. And they accepting all these categories of people for advice that the Almighty has told them not to accept. I don't believe that no more. Let me run over here. Turn this on YouTube. And they got this thing about people in the esoteric mind frame and looking into the future. Can you this and deciphering that? And that rings more of a bell with me than studying in this book, than doing what Yah said, which is meditating in this book day and night. That makes more sense to me. That's more appealing to me than opening up this book, opening up these scriptures and reading this word and seeing what Yah say. Because I really don't, when I read this and I see it, I really don't have a lot of faith. I really don't have a lot of faith in his word as it's written. That's why radio disc jockeys and all of them. I don't believe all that. Can't believe all that. Ah, y'all crazy. And yes, I said Christians, Muslims, atheists, and Israelites are doing this. This only goes so far. You need to get into this. All kinds of spells, magic, all kinds of crazy stuff. Because they don't believe. Oh, ye children of little faith.
Yeah.
And your faith is distilled in your works. If you don't have faith in something, then you don't put much effort into it.
That's right. No.
Verse 12, for all these things, they are an abomination to Yah. What's an abomination to him, class?
All the things.
What are these things? And we got to start knowing them.
Knowing familiar spirit.
Huh? If somebody come to you and tell you, I do talk to the dead. That favorite uncle that passed away. I can get you in touch with him. Don't you want that, sister? Huh? No, don't you really want to know what he can tell you from beyond? Huh? You don't want to? Just people give money to talk to their loved one for one last time. You don't want to? Hey, wouldn't you like to know if all that practice and sweating, I read fortunes. I can tell you if you're gonna make it to the big league. Don't you want to know that? Don't you want to know that? Look, if you know that, you on the inside track. Huh? Brother? Somebody messing with you? Is somebody messing with you? Huh? Look, I can cast this root on them. I can cast this root on them. Your man ain't right. Your man ain't right. Here's what you do. Just bring him when you do his laundry, just bring him a pair of his underwear. We get to the bottom of this. I cast this root on him. Huh? Bring me some of his hair. I'll put this root on. And some of our people, I'll make him right. I'll make where he coming through, he dancing to your every whim. And some of our people, okay. You laying back like Samson, relaxing. Next thing you know, and you cut your hair. I need some of that. Hey, man, you put that back down on that floor. I'm sweeping this stuff up and it's going in the garbage can. Chief. Need my help. Huh? I'm telling you this stuff because, man, if these people are out there. They said, not me, man, but for them that's young. Because like I said, I know people are out there. And girl ain't talking about, I need some of your, you might want time out. They hurt. Because they out there, but the Almighty said these things are for his people and for anybody that want to be righteous. These things are an abomination. I don't even get out too much in watching them little TV show with them little magicians and stuff, be doing all that little crazy stuff. Yeah, I won't name them, the big time ones. Cause they do some, they do some stuff now. They do some stuff. Mine be all messed up. Young man said, I drive them out from before you. He said, but you, what should you be? Israel.
Perfect.
What should you be? Righteous. What should you be who trying to be holy? What should you be who know your Elohim? What should you be? You shall be sincere with Yahweh, your Elohim. Well, I tried that. I prayed and prayed and prayed, and I never get an answer. I pray and nothing never comes to me. Well, sometimes it's not for you to know.
Hallelujah.
And like my child might ask me and ask me and ask me for something, I tell them, hey, you go find out. Too easy to tell you. Or you wait till I think it's time for you. I tell them, now ain't the time for you to know. Because although knowledge is power, knowledge in the wrong season at the wrong time is deadly.
Yes, sir, it is. That's it.
For these nations which thou shalt dispossess, hearken, they listen, they go by observers of time, and they listen unto diviners. But as for you, Yahweh, thy Elohim, has not given you the what? Permission to do so.
God.
Yahweh, thy Elohim, so what will he do?
Raise up unto thee a prophet.
If I want to know what's going to happen, what will he do? He's going to what?
Raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee,
He
of
gonna
thy brethren.
give us a prophet from the midst of us, meaning from us, from our people. This is why we discourage prophethood from anybody else. This is why we didn't allow Prophet Muhammad to have prophethood when he asked us at Yithrib, which is now Medina. This is why the community of Israelites told him, no, we don't reckon you as a prophet. This is why we didn't recognize and wouldn't have recognized Confucius as a prophet. We wouldn't have recognized nobody else as a prophet because one, they wasn't from the midst of us. They didn't come from our people. They didn't know us. That was one of the things. Almighty is beautiful like that. He wanted your answer to your questions and your turmoil to be from somebody who experienced the same thing that you have experienced, that know your background. Huh? You know, Jewish man be no prophet to me, and he don't know my background, not where he has experienced it. Jim Jones can't be no prophet to me. Haggy can't be no prophet to me. Farewell, Allwell can't be no prophet to me. And they don't know the struggle. They're not close to the struggle. They're not born into the struggle. That's why he said, from the midst, I'll raise him up from the midst of you, out of you.
God.
That's what you have to look for. Now, why is that a problem today? Because we hate anybody coming out of the midst of us doing anything. Raising up and ascending up to do anything. He ain't so tough. I ain't got to listen to that. Did he say I'm going to raise up a collective prophets, council of prophets?
No.
Huh?
No.
Huh?
No.
Although there's a succession of prophets at one time, the Almighty said, I'm always going to deal heads and shoulders above all the prophets with one prophet. I'm going to have one that's heads and shoulders above all. So he didn't give notice to this, I'm going to raise up a collective. And they all going to leave. He said, I'm going to raise you up a prophet from the midst of your brothers. And he gonna be like from the midst of thee, of your brothers, like unto me. Unto him shall you hearken, according to all that you desire of Yahweh Elohim in Horeb, in the day of the assembly, saying, and we ask for this. See, the reason why we don't have the Almighty to tell us things directly, the reason why we don't have him to come to us and answer us directly as a nation of people, is because we asked for this. We said, let me not hear again the voice of Yahweh my Elohim, neither let me see this great fire anymore, that I die not. And Yah said unto me, they have well said in that which they have spoken. So Yah will raise them up a prophet from among their brother like unto thee. I will put my words in his mouth. He will speak unto them all that I commanded. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not listen to my word, that he speak. But it's the same word that's right here. Why is it the same word that's right here? Because if you hold this page, go to Psalms 119. He's not, probably ain't gonna come with no new word. There's no prophet that comes fighting against another prophet of the Almighty. They're on the same page. No totally different, diverse message. They're on the same page. So he that will come, Elijah. Everybody, what's Elijah? Elijah. Because some segments in our community say, well, Elijah had come. It's what the Bible told us. And he did come. And he came in the form of prophet Elijah Muhammad. And I said, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Because he didn't come speaking according to this word. This is by this. When Elijah does come, he only comes bearing truth to this word.
Yeah.
And he come bearing truth to this word, the same word that you can rightfully pick up and read. He come bearing truth to this word, because when you give me Psalm 119, verse 89.
Oh, yeah. Forever, O Yahweh, thy word is settled in heaven.
For the best we can put and define that, what does forever mean?
Ever? Eternity.
Huh? What does forever mean?
I hit the dust of the earth. Go to sleep.
And even beyond that, forever is infinite. We don't even know what forever is. Forever is time itself. So forever, infinite. Forever, O Yahweh, your word is where?
Settled in heaven.
It's settled in the very heaven. If something is settled, what has happened? Your house is settled. What has happened? Huh? It's done set right in place, right? Huh? Not to be moved, not to go nowhere, not to be taken away. It's set. When you build a house, that's what you want to do. When you put a foundation, you want to get a foundation a few days to let it what? To let it set. Those that are an architect don't, isn't that what you talk? Isn't that how you talk? We ain't gonna build nothing on it yet. We ain't putting no frame on it. We gotta let this thing set, so that it don't be moved. So forever, oh Yah, your word is settled. So it's not to be moved, it's not gonna be moved. It's settled, and it's settled forever, infinitely, in heaven.
Thy faithfulness is unto all generations.
Your faithfulness, Yah's faithfulness, it lasts and it goes and extended to all and every generation. Every generation. It has not skipped a generation. Yah's faithfulness has not skipped a generation.
Hallelujah.
Believe it or not, it has not even skipped a generation of Israel, even in captivity.
Hallelujah.
That's why we still here.
That's right.
His faithfulness has not skipped us, even in slavery. His faithfulness has not skipped us. That's why we still here. People asking the question, why we still here? Well, here is your answer. We here because of Yah. Because we certainly not here anything we doing of our own will and our own doing and of our own thought. We here because Yahweh's faithfulness. Faithful. To be faithful. Something that few and far know anything about. To be faithful. That's the to unrelentingly stand by something or somebody. Faithfulness. It's a quality. It's a way. So you can't show it, you shall be faithful. He would have put it like that. That would have been a what? Commandment. You shall be faithful. Well, you won't find that. But it's in the Torah. Because it's a way of the righteous. To be unrelentingly faithful. Stand by. Yah's faithfulness have been unto all generations.
Thou hast established the earth.
He established the earth.
And it is abiding.
I want you to understand what just happened in them three verses. I want to see if somebody can catch that. Yeah, see, that's why a lot of people, I know what I said last week was true. See, we go up the street, round the block, we come back. The mind got to think here. Mind got to be thinking.
Thy word is throughout the whole earth and it's settled in the earth.
Well, what's there? There. The first three. Yeah.
Thy word.
Let me pull out something. Pull out heaven.
Earth.
There you go. Heaven
And earth.
and earth.
Yeah.
That this is established. That this is what we know. We know heaven and we know earth.
Hallelujah.
Reason why we pull that out is because Moses, when we go back to him, remember Moses at the beginning of prophet, and what was Moses eating? I call. See how this all the time? See, even from Moses up to the psalmist, they still coming with the same message.
Hallelujah.
It has not changed.
Hallelujah.
Moses said, I call heaven and earth. The psalmist is referring back to your word is settled in heaven, and by the earth have been your faithfulness have been established. The earth has been established in your faithfulness.
Hallelujah.
So when things start going wrong, what two things? What two things? See, this is insight. There's a method to the madness. What two things are the sign of the times? Heaven and earth.
Hallelujah.
You can write that the signs of Yahweh's time. What two things are going to be the signs of the time when things start going wrong? Heaven and earth. See, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Even Yeshua, because he studied Torah, what Christians don't want to recognize. He studied Torah, so the truth he would say it came out of Torah. That's why he told them in their time. He said you're gonna see things in heaven and things in earth. This didn't make him greater than the other prophets. He was leaning on the words of the other prophets. Because all of them wrote this. That's why he could say, you're going to see great signs in heaven and in the earth. You seeing it today. You feeling a little bit of it as you step out your doors, and that's why some didn't step out their doors today. Oppressive style heat. A heat so heavy, it takes your breath away, your eyes closed.
Yeah.
And when they gave the forecast, don't you know this is like a blanket? Over 2 million people in the United States are under this oppressive heat over this days, a 3 or 4 day course. It's just blanketed a whole half of the continental landmass of the United States, where 200 million are feeling the grips of it. Not just heat, but oppressive style heat, dangerous style heat. And then when things change, you'll be in the grips of an oppressive style of cold. You have land masses where fire is bubbling up from underneath the ground, breaking the ground open, fire, and just running, destroying everything in its path. Heaven and earth, that little seismic shock that they couldn't get a beat on. Heaven and earth. You will see earthquakes in places that have been prone not to have them. Well, they coming. Because everything, there's a reaction to everything. And it's like a chain. If the chain I hold is stressed in one part, then the whole chain is weak. So where things is stressed, see, because we don't understand the world. We're looking and seeing Hawaii and seeing Hawaii all the way out in the Pacific, and we're saying, oh, that's Hawaii. That's a volcano. But a volcano is nothing but an earthquake, but it's mixed with fire. But the understanding, what's the understanding? The understanding is what's on the surface is a product of what is going on underneath. And you have canals that run underneath. So land mass is connected underneath. That's why in the sea they have something called the Great Barrier Reef, which is a land mass underneath water that's connected for miles and miles and miles. And y'all just, huh? So while you're looking over there, you this day, according to your ordinances.
Yeah.
The earth and the heavens moved upon the face of the deep. He started to set up the boundaries. This book is living testament. It is real. All are thy servant. Everything around us is Yahweh's servant.
Yeah.
Stars, moon, sun. That's why we don't worship them. They just fellow servants. When I see the sun, that's a fellow servant, not to be worshipped. The moon is a fellow servant. not to be worshipped. The stars is a servant, not to be worshipped. The trees, they're a servant, not to be worshipped. You are a servant, not to be worshipped.
Hallelujah.
We all just Yahweh's servants.
Hallelujah.
Then he says, 92,
Unless thy law have been my delight, I should then have perished in my affliction.
unless we make the law that governs all of Yahweh's servants.
Hallelujah.
Requires the kept law don't just govern us.
That's right.
Law govern everything. There's law for everything. That's why at least you say and speak in terms of when you say universal law, and that's where I pick that up at. Because there's law that governs everything. There's not nothing that exists in creation that don't have a law to govern. Nothing. Law of gravity.
Goes up, must come down.
What people call karma. That's law.
Come back unto.
Just in different tongues, they got different names for it.
Right.
Some call it karma. Some call it this. Some call it that. You know what we call it? We call it justice.
Hallelujah.
That's what we call it. We call it justice. Whatever you do, come back to you.
That's right.
That's justice. But it's universal. It governs everything. The laws of boundaries. Universal. Let me show that everything real quick. Hold this. We done held a couple of pages, haven't we? Don't forget where we've been. We've been in Deuteronomy. We kind of like world travelers in this class when we teach. We was in Deuteronomy, so we got to hold that. We here, we got to hold that. But I just need you to show everything is governed by law. Hold this. Go book of Jeremiah.
Hallelujah.
– 31.
Hallelujah. Verse 1.
No, just to show that everything is governed. They have laws. It's governed. Even all these servants. 31 and 35.
Hallelujah. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 35. Thus saith Yahweh, which giveth the sun for light by day,
Because that's the law.
and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for light by night,
That's the law.
which divided the sea when the waves thereof roar.
That's why the moon have a tide and a full on. People say a full moon. People acting a fool. That's why they have some barren, because man in his composition have a lot of water in him.
Yes, sir.
So he gets a little crazy. Because again, it said what? Thus said Yahweh that what? Give the sun
The
what?
sun, Yahweh giveth the sun for light by day.
This is law. Sun govern and give light by day.
And the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for light by night.
Not only does it give the light, but the light brings life. When you understand photosynthesis, the light brings life. Them big dark green cucumbers that you pull off your vine out of your garden, that means that bad boy done seen a lot of sunlight.
Yes, sir.
And that's the one you want. You can get the one that's like light green and green, but when you get it and it's that black green,
Yeah.
that's the one you want to pick.
Yeah.
That's the one that's got nutrients just surging through it. That tomato that's just a glaring red, popping red. That's the one you want to pick. See, all this is law. That's why when you look and you say, oh, that's ripened. It's prime. And give the ordinance of the moon and the stars for light by night.
Which divided the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh of hosts is his name.
Yes.
If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh.
If these things I set in motion, these ordinances, this law, this universal law, these ordinances, if they shall what?
Depart from before me, saith Yahweh. Then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
Because just as I set those things in motion to be forever, which is what Psalm 119:89 is telling us, just as I set those things to be in motion forever, so did I also give the ordinance and my faithfulness that Israel would always be with me. If those things can stop, then a man can make me out to be a liar. If he can stop those ordinances, then a man can make me out to be a liar. That's why they would like to make, and they're making movies. I don't think they have it, but that's what they're trying to do. I know what the wicked trying to do. Them little movies, Geostorm, where they're trying to make a weather machine. Because in their mind, Yahweh has already told us. He said, the wicked has said, I want to be like the Most High. So I can make him to be a liar.
Yeah.
So the people will not have the little faith that they have in him. It will totally disappear if I'm able to control the things that only he can do. Then I become the people's God. I become what they worship. Yes, they're that foolish. But yes, that's a losing battle. Because you don't have all the force and the power of the Most High Yah. And there's things that man don't even know about from other realms, from other galaxies, from other universes that they cannot even tap into. That at the snap of his finger can penetrate this universe as we know it and come right into our sphere and take us right out. Not only that, there's things in the earth that they have not discovered, because they have not discovered every part of the earth. And that's what the Almighty is getting ready to tell us, and we read on. Keep going.
Jeremiah 31, verse 37. Thus saith Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured.
See, they don't know it. We got powerful satellites up there.
Yeah.
And they looking. But every time they think they on top of things, they discover something new. A new star. A whole new system. Whole new galaxy. They got to come back down and go back to drawing square one. Got to try to magnify the lens even more. Well, there's only so far they can go, baby.
That's right. Yeah.
Time travel, yeah, there's time travel. But there's only been one that truly mastered that. And that's Yah.
Hallelujah.
He's been in the present, he's able to be in the present, past, and future at the same time. But boy, wouldn't the wicked love to do that? That's why they make movies. Jumpers, yeah. Well, I love being the president. I could go back and change time. Huh? I could go back and change when he blessed Jacob and cursed Esau. I could go back and change when Moses was even born. Knowing that he was put in the basket and sailed down, I could go back and intercept that. That's a Hebrew child. Kill him. See, now you can't get a wicked that kind of power. It's destroyed. It's destroyed. That's why y'all might told Adam, you don't need to know about knowledge of good and evil.
Right.
You too frail. I'm not frail. I'm all powerful. My angelic sons, they're not frail. They all powerful. You man. Although I made you my greatest creation, you still man. You too frail for this much power. You be corrupted. Even if it's given to you and it start off good. You ever seen a movie where they get something and it start off good and then they look and it just corrupts them. Just wipe them all out. That's power. See, everybody ain't meant to have power. Power can corrupt if you're too weak. If you're too weak. And yes, this man don't need that kind of power because he's too weak. See, I'll time travel. You ain't never time travel? You ain't never time travel? I'm time travel. I've seen the past. I've been in the past. I've been in the future, and I've been in the present. I've time travel. I do it every day. I read this book. I do it every day. I read this book. Now let me tell you how I know I time travel. You say, brother, Aaron, you crazy? No, I ain't. Because when I read about the future,
Yes, sir.
and I read about the past,
Yes, sir.
then I read about the present. I know the past that I read about. I know I was back there, and I know the future is true because I come to the present and I see everything bear witness right here, right now.
Yes, sir.
So I say, I know that was true.
Yes, sir.
I know what he said gonna happen. I know that's true. So I've been in the future, past, because I'm in the present. I'm seeing all of it true.
Oh, yeah. Deuteronomy 28. Go ahead. Let's take it right there.
Finish this off, brother.
Jeremiah 31, verse 37. Thus saith Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. If they can do that, see, they ain't done that. They ain't found out every bit of earth. They ain't found out every bit of heaven. Man's foot ain't been everywhere. They said Jacques Cousteau made machine try and dive, deep sea dive. Yeah, he got some of them, but he made some where he went down so far and they just started crushing it. They got to come back up. But we're not amphibious. That's why I know we didn't stem from out of the sea. Because if that's the case, then it should be inbred in us that we able to go down in the sea. And we can't. Even if you're the best swimmer, Olympic swimmer, you got to come up for air. You no, it ain't movies. You ain't down with the sea urchins and all that. You got to come up. And the Almighty has made it so because that's law. Even the sea is governed by law. You get down and you get the pressure of the sea and it'll crush. It'll crush. Even a sub, it is made to be underwater, but it has to come up every so often, you have to bring it up and let it ride them on the way. You can't continuously, all the while it's out there, keep it underneath because the pressure of it, everything is governed. Almighty is beautiful. Airplane is governed. It's governed. We hop in them and they give it woo, but it's governed by the Almighty. That's why life and death is in his hand. It's governed by him. All I gotta do is take this pen on a plane and pop it and put a little hole, and that whole plane is gone. Just a little pinhole, and that whole plane is gone. It's governed. That's because it's governed. Huh? They hit them wind. They call that what? Turbulence. And they be praying the whole while they flying it. Please, please. Or it's in limbo, it's in doubt. Everything is governed. Well, I got up there first time and I said, man, this is wow, man. Wow. But it's just some more of the beauty of Yah that I was able to see from a different perspective. I said, this is out of sight. But don't be taken and become no against the Creator. Knowledge like that, you got problems, you got disease running rampant. You got illnesses running rampant. And you have the knowledge to come up with equations, mathematical equations, and understand things. And all you can do is use it to pin down stuff to take life in abundance when there's so many lives that need help. They won't do it. They have cures because they're doing research. Yeah. Got big places right out in Blue Ash. Big place. Nothing but a research place. I know because I worked in it for about 2 nights. I couldn't take it. But it's nothing but, and they all around the city. Working with blood. Working with cadavers. Seeing how this works and that works. But it's not to bring people relief. There's a movie they had called Outbreak. Yeah. That was one of my favorite movies. Unleashed a virus in a community and watched it just kill people. And I mean, it was a deadly virus because it wasn't nothing where you had to be real close to nobody or touch nobody. It was a virus where if one person had it, they just come in and this whole room is wiped out. In about 24 hours, everybody in here gonna be dead. And all the while it was happening in a little cold, chill storage facility, they had the antivirus locked away under key where a general could get to it. They wanted to develop this to be a weapon that they could introduce in warfare that don't cost as much as it costs to make bombs and missiles. We just drop this off, somebody get it, and the next thing you know, whole population is gone. Even they soldiers, because they ain't immune to it. This is the way of the wicked. Hello. 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 Viruses. Viruses. That is. Brother, that is. Viruses. People already animalistic in their regular nature. Now I introduce something to you that takes away any. I'm get to where I'm relaxed. I go away of all flesh. I don't know. But the wicked, When the Almighty say the wicked, see, there and again, I gotta go back to the word. People don't want to believe this book. And you think when he's talking about wicked and all that, you think it's got to be something like what we done seen, like I said, on TV. All deformed. Wicked people look just as beautiful.
Yes, they do.
That's how they look. They look beautiful. Oh, the Almighty got me going everywhere. Go to Ezekiel.
Oh, yeah.
Then we watching too many movies. Sliding out. Hey, think about them Dracula movies. Huh? When they touch him up. Until it's too late. When he ever come to you and he looking all, Man, when he first come to you, he come to you and he beautiful. How you doing, miss? And she like, manners and everything. Not until she under his trance. Till evil have manifested and it's too late. Then you see him for what he really is, the monster he really is.
Yes, sir.
But it's too late. Then he got him.
Oh.
The wicked. You don't see them. We don't see them because they're beautiful.
Yep.
We can't see the monster because it's beautiful. Daniel was seeing him in his natural revelation, but he beautified it. Daniel had eyes to see him. He cleaned himself up now. He don't look like that great beast. He's like a French poodle. Some you wouldn't mind bringing home. And we bring him into our house all the time. All of us. Beautiful. Wherever you go, Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, yes, sir.
Let me see. Let me get 28.
Hallelujah.
Wicked is to be perpetually thrusted into sin. A sinner is not necessarily wicked. David did sin, but you never see where he said, and he was just wicked. He sinned, yes. Now you'll see his sons who perpetually sin, and then the scripture say, and he was wicked. But that's why Solomon said, there's not a righteous man that lives and sinneth not. But a wicked person is one perpetually thrusted and given to sin. Ezekiel 28,
Yes, sir.
verse 1.
Hallelujah. The word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith Yahweh Elohim, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am Elohim. I sit in the seat of Elohim.
See, like I said, and this is Ezekiel. No prophet contradicts another prophet. What Ezekiel is prophesying right here to Tyrus or the prince of Tyrus, the Almighty prophesied in the book of Isaiah. When he called here, he talked to the prince of Tyrus. In the book of Isaiah, he referred to the person as Lucifer. And these prophets are hundreds of years apart from one another. But to the prince of Tyrus, he says, because your heart is lifted up, and you have said, I am Elohim. No person in their right mind ever going to equate himself with the Most High. And you ask me why I would have problems with Christ. I want to talk to you as a Christian, if you listen, so you can understand. You're going to ask me why I got a problem with it? You should have a problem with it, and a problem with anybody else when they say, I am the Most High. So if that's what you take away from anything he says, that he is the Most High, then you got a problem and he got a problem. Because Yahweh can make himself clearly known, and he have made himself clearly known. And one thing I know he would not do, because forever his word is settled in heaven. One thing he would not do, he would not come down and die for nobody's sin. Because he said that can't be done. Two, he would not be persecuted by the wicked. Him being the Almighty and being El Shaddai and being the most powerful entity that there ever is, he would never be persecuted by the wicked. Devastated and killed and murdered by the wicked. That's not the way of Yah. He would destroy the wicked and all that there is with them for the sake of the righteous. Like he's going to do. But he would never come down and destroy himself in righteousness for the wicked. Go ahead. He said, I sit in the seat of Elohim. In the midst, I'll take this over because Almighty is with me right now to see this. I sit in the seat of Elohim. Book. Look what he said, because our heart is lifted up, and you said, I am Elohim. That's blasphemous in his own right. Yes. Then he said, I sit in the seat of Elohim. I sit in his seat. What man clean enough to sit in the seat? Book of Psalms said, who can ascend into, it asked the question, who can even go up into the holy hill? It ain't asked who can sit in the seat. It said, who can even go up in the holy hill of Yah? Then it give you the criteria. Here, this entity had the ability to, or had the audacity to say, I sit in the very seat. I have replaced Elohim. I sit on his seat. I know what you saw in Daniel, with Daniel's vision. He said, I saw Elohim and I saw him sitting on the throne. And all the other thrones was cast down. But that don't go no more. I sit in that seat right now. Creator said, he said, I sit in the seat of Elohim in the midst of seas. In the midst of seas. Now, I did a little research. Ancient Babylon was vast. At the height of it, it encompassed 127 provinces, because that's what scriptures say. But this major landmass didn't sit in the midst of seas. And as I said, the Almighty taught the prophets, but he didn't talk to prophets and use terms like we know. He taught the prophets, and prophets saw things of the future, but they saw things, they saw visions. They saw visions, like I said, they time traveled. And things they saw in past, it was for present. That's why he didn't tell Moses, your people going to the United States of America. Because he didn't nobody know where the United States of America was.
Right.
But he told them they're going to Misraim. They're going back again to Egypt. They're going back again to bondage. They're going back again to misery. Misraim. They're going back again to the north and to the south. And they're going on ships. This is where you got to let Yahweh teach you. Who went back? Who went to misery? To the north, to the south? Israel.
Right here.
And I do mean Israel.
Right here. Oh.
Because the Ghanaian, like I told you the other week, ain't experiencing the same thing you experiencing. Brother that was the last young man that was killed, he didn't have a name like Akimawuga, Chakahalia. You could talk to me if they start having names like this. But the people that's experiencing this epidemic that's taking place, they got names like Brown, Stevens, Jones, Williams, Edwards, the mark of their colonial slave master. And they don't have their accent that they from another country. They talk like they from the ghetto, like you and me. Tell me why it's being boiled down. See, nobody pay attention. Tell me why it's being boiled down, because that's showing me that's a segment. That's showing me that's laid on a people, a particular people. And it's so because the Almighty is trying to wake that particular people up.
Oh, God.
That you are this people of the book. Ain't happening to Sharifa, Ali, that come from Mecca and Saudi Arabia, that's black. Ain't happening to them. Some of you been to the continent and you know they ask you, well, what's wrong with the blacks over there? But we don't see it like y'all see it. If we want to come over there, we can come over there and we can get money to start up businesses, go to school. Like I said, I know because I have Nigerian friends. I have friends from Senegal. I have friends from Ghana. I have people I know from these, and I talk to them, so I know what I'm talking about. But you, the descendant, direct descendant, been here for years, and we can't even get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We got to scuffle, fight, continue to fight, because that's what we've been doing since the day we came home.
That's right. Right. 100%.
Yes, a lot of blacks came, but we the only one that this curse of Yah has followed for a long point in time. Everybody else been free because they could go back to their nation. They could go back and escape back and be accepted back into Ethiopia, Mauritania, Ghana.
Right.
Don't know what back is. Don't know we should be trying to go back. If I forget Jerusalem. If I forget Zion. Going back to this, he said, I send the seed of Elohim in the midst of the seas. There's a country that sits in the midst of the seas, if you know your geography, right today. Surrounded by water. On all sides. If you want to get to it, you got to transverse seas.
Yes, sir.
Atlantic, Pacific. Even his hand, it reaches out his tentacles. That's in the seas. Guam, Hawaii, Islands, Virgin Islands, Virgin Islands. Sits in the midst of the seas. It rules from the midst of the seas. We put this tariff on you. We put these sanctions on you. We put this regulations on you from the midst of the sea. The sea, big sea. All because they feel about water because most of the earth is water. But I'm talking about seas like this is saying, the big bodies of waters. Russia don't. It's got little seas around, but it don't sit in the midst of seas. But there's one that does and has this kind of attitude. Not only did he have this kind of attitude, he said, yet you boast yourself, but yet you're nothing but a man. And I'm going to show the whole world that you're nothing but a man. Everybody's scared of you, but I'm going to start chipping away and showing them you ain't nothing but a man. You ain't no bully. You definitely ain't no God. That's why nations that were very scared and would tremble years ago at the mention of United States. Oh, did I say that? Come on, y'all already know it. Ain't nobody listening to you. Yes, they do. FCC listen to everything.
Right.
Where they would tremble at the mention. They ain't trembling no more. Because he done did so much dirt and havoc in these nations that even they ready to raise up. They tired of being, see, you can bully for only so long. Before all the little kids, or most of the little kids, they're going to start saying, hey, let's look, we tired of him. 4 years. Every day he been taking our lunch money. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of him taking my lunch. I ain't letting him take no more of my lunch money. Then want something, he might get knocked upside his head, but it instills in the rest of them, come on, he made a move. Then now he got to deal with 2. Then he got to deal with 3. Then 4. It becomes contagious to the when he looks up and he finds out that all of them that he's been bullying have now turned against him, and they even went out and found somebody as strong as he is and said, we on your side. Let's go get this joker together.
That's right. That's right.
Because that's what I was showing my son as well. See, the wicked, amongst the wicked, they ain't no honor. They all move in their own self-interest.
Not overboard.
See? They move in their own self-interest. Russia and the United States didn't come together because they just loved each other so much. They came together when they saw Hitler was moving all across the world. And he wasn't being stopped by nobody.
Right.
And they knew how he was. And they said, look, that cat, if we don't stop him, come together and stop him, he's going to all. So that's why you had Churchill, Roosevelt, and Stalin come together. Wasn't nothing about they had nothing in common or they loved one another. The church, may God be with us. And Stalin said, I got the devil on my side. They ain't even had no theology in common because he didn't believe in that. The only thing they had in common was that this fool was moving all over the earth. And we need to come together with all our resources to stop him. And then after they stopped him, they carved up everything that he was able to accomplish. They carved it up amongst each other. and got to acting a fool. And that's why you had them go into the Cold War with one another. Yeah, and all that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But Christ says, yet you're a man, and I'm going to show you to be a man, and not Elohim. There's only one Elohim.
Got that right.
There's only one. That's word, yeah, that's word saying again. There's only one Elohim.
Hallelujah.
Though you set your heart as the heart of Elohim, though you want to be like me, and you're going to try to do everything you can. Huh? You're going to make, they even got now, ain't this silly? They went and made robot, IA, artificial life, just for that a man can have a woman.
What?
To be his replaced woman, and she can be his kind of
Oh,
sex slave.
get out of
Oh,
here.
yeah?
Yeah, anytime he wants, and you don't need to deal with all the drama that comes, changes that come with a real woman, you know, all that. He don't have to deal with all that,
Oh, get
arguing and all that. So they got that.
what? Destroying communities, huh?
But if that ain't bad enough, this to show you how sick a mind is. Now they made one for man so that she don't argue with him, and she just did when he called. They went a step further and made another model that now she can tell him, I don't feel like it. Well, if you're gonna do that, Chief, get the real thing. If you gonna buy one to tell you that's gonna argue it, get the real thing then. That's what you bought the first one for because you were happy it didn't argue with you. Now they made a version that does argue, and you're gonna go out and spend money. I'm gonna go after the real McCoy. If that's the case, I'm gonna go after the real McCoy anyway.
Hallelujah. That's great.
But this is what they doing.
That's
This is yes. Hello.
way out
That's wicked. And they'll take all the genes and cell and some of the cells out of my dead son, get him in a couple of days, and they'll take that out and they'll put that into this artificial intelligence, and I'll have my boy back. But I can tell him, well, I want him to have blue eyes this time. Last time the Almighty gave him to me, he wasn't good enough. Because I can design it now. I can design it with a big nose or a smaller nose, blue eyes. Maybe I like red eyes. So maybe I just want him to look real crazy or something. I want his skin color to be copper tone. No, we ain't gonna go for copper tone. We'll go for sandstone. You can get him like Burger King, any way you like. Yeah, you want it? Hello?
Oh,
Forever, O Yahweh, thy word is settled in heaven. Almighty ain't lying. He says, and this is what he's addressing. Though you have set your heart as the heart of Elohim. He said, behold, you are wiser, this wicked one, you wiser than Daniel. Now, come on, y'all.
oh.
We all know how wise Daniel was,
Right.
because Daniel's wisdom came right from the Almighty. Daniel's a prophet that understood things and was able to see things that other prophets weren't able to see. But even the Almighty put a cap on him. That's why he told him, shut the book, seal it. That's why it's a hard thing for people to teach Daniel. Because it's a book that's still unfulfilled, because even not all things was given for Daniel to understand. But he saw a whole lot in his visions that others were privileged to see. And he had great wisdom to talk about it in the opening up about his knowledge and wisdom and his understanding. But here he says that this person is wiser, have become wiser than Daniel. That's why and I remember Alicia used to teach, there ain't nothing you can hide from this man. Our people be talking about, we got secret plans. I came up with this off the internet. Don't nobody know it. He don't know it. Who you think got it on there? And he monitors everything. If it's electronic, he monitors it. If it go over your phone, we making secret plans. You ain't making nothing in secret. Man got smart TVs. Yes, they smart because they so smart that they looking at you while you laying there asleep. That's how smart they are. Recording you while you being foolish. Yeah, we 187. We 187. All in front of camera. Money all later, and then you won't know. You get 2 days later. Boom. Ray. Oh, who gave us up? You did, fool. On the self, man, they don't know. They don't know what I did. And they taking people to court now, and they saying,
Pull up his record.
Pull that cell phone record up. Not necessarily a conversation because that could be construed as an invasion of privacy. But they'll pull up the record. They'll go to the phone, come pull up that record. Is this the number 552-8384? Is this your number? Yeah. That's your number that called his number. Yeah. Okay. That's all I need now. Your Honor, on the day in question, this call was made to this person to discuss X, Y, and Z. And we got the call, so you can't deny it didn't happen. And guess what? When you sit there with that and you ain't strong, you start sweating bullets. Yeah, I called. We did it. You got to get up the goods now because you tried. We did it. And he planned it. He planned the whole thing. And Rodney, you got to go get Rodney Harris, and you got to go Bricks. Bricks stay down the street about 2 doors over. They start telling everybody, you got the whole gang. Ain't worked hard at all. But yeah, they wise. Oh, I got this King Alfred plan. They're telling about what the government doing. I'm ahead of the game. Man, look, they done changed that thing about 20 times since that original script that you got in your hand. You reading and talking about this is what they gonna do in the King. That thing been revamped and changed I don't know how many times. The model they got in front of them that they gonna ready to execute is totally different than what you see on paper that you got.
Oh yeah.
They released it to you.
Yeah, that's why they gave it good.
They wanted you to have it. They released it to you.
It ain't no good.
Ain't no good.
It ain't no good. And you run around talking, I got this secret manifest. Man, get out of here. No secret you can keep from this wicked man. Not when, like the scripture say, he don't give his eyes no sleep, lest he's done some wickedness and some evil to somebody.
That's right. That's right.
He don't get no rest unless he know he done destroyed something or on the verge of destroying something. They said Hitler would sleep probably 2 hours a day. He wasn't comfortable with sleeping. He couldn't sleep. He was consumed with, I hit Poland and took it. Now I got to jump over here to Czechoslovakia. When we take that, we going right up into Russia. When we take that, we going, that's what they knew. They knew he was just marking. The Japanese thought they were safe. That's why they sided with him. Mussolini thought he was safe. Nah, he was getting ready to go march right into Italy. If he would have got what he wanted. He just used them. He would have marched right into Italy. Because he wanted to be supreme. He fancied himself a god. Like any other Caesar. Fancied himself to be a god. Like Alexander the Great fancied himself to be a god. He no longer fancied himself to be a man. He fancied himself to be a god, a living god. That's why he was bent on conquest. And the Almighty had to show him in his time that he was a man.
And he stopped him with a mountain mass that he couldn't pass over, that turned him around and made him march back home, back to Greece, because he couldn't go beyond that. And men today fancy themselves to be gods, and they'll do whatever comes into their feeble minds until the Almighty put a stop to them. The Messiah don't fancy himself to be a God. He fancies himself to be there to work on behalf of the Most High Yah.
Hallelujah.
I rule in his stead how he had me rule. I'm not a God. And if you think so, you grab him, take him out, kill him. Because that's blasphemy. But here the Creator says, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. I got some money they don't know about. I got this. Man, they know everything. This cat know just about everything. Well, I don't use electronics. Class always right down the street. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Informant. Huh? I see them buzzing crack addicts and heroin addicts all the time in my community with informants. It was a whole gene dirty. Huh? That same cat, he be right down the street when they pull you over, when you pulled off and got your stuff, and they pull you over, they got you up there searching your car, he be right around the block. You're like, yeah, we got him. Yeah, we got him. If he want to know, he gonna know. But that's the good thing about being righteous. You don't have nothing to hide. I want you to know. If you right, you don't have nothing to hide.
Right.
You don't have no secrets anyway. If you're right, that's why you don't fear. Fear for what? What I do? What I do? Fear me. Fear you for what? You ain't got nothing on me. We do randoms. Yeah, okay. You ain't got to do random? Yeah, we do random drugs. Okay. I'll give you a test every day if you want to. Only people I see is the people that know they're gonna get caught. They do randoms.
Ain't going there.
One of my coworkers, he was something else. He kept water on the vehicle with us. If somebody told me you drink a lot of water and flush it out, I said, Chief, that's too late. When they call you, it's too late for that. You ain't gonna be able to go enough to get that out, Chief. But he kept water on the bus. I used to use it on hot days like that. I used to be like, well, praise y'all for you. And go ahead and get one of these waters that you get on the bus. But I ain't. You're only afraid, fearful, when there's something to be fearful and afraid of. And the Almighty said the only thing you truly should be fearful and afraid of is me. When you understand you're going to die one day, when you really start to understand that, the sting of death starts to lose its grip. That's what the fathers did. They understood. I go the way of all flesh. So what I got to be fearful of? It's going to happen one day. Now, if I'm persecuted wrongly, then justice is going to fall on the head of that person. But I'm still going to be brought back to life. Right? I don't fear it because the Almighty going to be with me even in the grave. And I'm still going to be brought back to life. And the memory of me being a good person is going to overtake and overshadow even my physical presence left behind. That's why you killed the Martin, but you couldn't kill the inspiration of it. You killed the Malcolm, but you couldn't kill the inspiration of it. See, when you kill somebody that's essentially really about, you can't kill the inspiration of it. That's why they practice something when they really want to kill. They won't kill you physically. They'll character assassinate you. But when I can destroy what he was about, that he can't inspire nobody, then he goes by the wayside. Y'all all right? Y'all like that? Huh? Y'all get something? Huh?
Yes, sir.
We can settle down. It is 4. It is 4.
It is.
Right. Let's finish this up so we stay for.
That's no question.
Is more questions?
Yeah.
All right. Well, put the pen to the paper, Chief, and let me have them. Gracious. With our wisdom. See?
Yeah.
With our wisdom. That's why in this class, Young Maya has inspired me. That's my central calling card. When I leave teaching, lead the way of the world, if one of y'all get it, at least one, it's worth it. That's why I always come to you with knowledge, the message of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Hallelujah.
Not guns, marching. This is why he said you should not march, you should not break a bruised reed and necessarily be all out and involved in every single call where you're just marching all over the place. Give the people, because the people out marching and they don't know what's happening to them and why it's happening to them. So they're in the constant continuum of just marching. We want this, we want that. And they are void of what actually is happening within their life and their communities. But when you give them knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, then we can start attacking things from a different perspective. Because even the wicked, they use, believe you me, they use knowledge, they use wisdom, they use understanding. He says of this person, with thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast forgotten, or thou hast gotten, thou hast gotten thee riches with knowledge. Dark continent. Well, why you go there if it's dark? It ain't that dark then. What is there? What knowledge can we go and extract and pull out of it and bring back to help us? What knowledge can we seek? What can we know? What can we find out? What can we endeavor to know? Not just be here taking things in.
Right.
Not just watching TV to be entertained.
Right.
I couldn't even watch that BET Awards. Ain't that edifying nothing. Like I said, all that money there. And they can't make a dent in the plight of their people. And we hollering about millionaires, money and economics, and we have billions of dollars put together, billions of dollars in that room. Billions of dollars. If economics is our problem, we should be free.
Hallelujah.
with the billions of dollars, song and entertainment, sports, even business today. We should be free completely if it's economics. Could we have that? They just made new millionaires, about 20 of them, last Thursday night.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Sir.
Just made about 20 of them. Instantaneous, woke up the next morning and they millionaires.
Yes, sir.
Some of us gonna die living 40, 50, 60 years old and never get close to being millionaires. And overnight, they were just made millionaires. 20, 25, 30 of them. Because everyone that got selected in the first, they gonna sign big time.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Getting ready to make another crop of them that's turning over because they in this thing that they call free agency where they can bid. Huh? I'm looking at it, turning down millions
Right.
from somebody to get
More million.
They will catch it.
more million. I said, man, let the joker come to me. He ain't got to come to me. Look, we down here, we saying, you ain't even got to come to me with millions. You just come to me with a few thousand. And I'll be, huh? And I'll be there. That's how I used to think. Man, what's all the rattle about? Man, just come to me with, I ain't seen that. And I get to do what I like doing. Oh man, what part of it where I sign? That's why cats going up in the service. Because for about 6 months, you got to go to hell.
Yep.
But after you come out of hell, hey, you get a pretty good kind of life going on.
Yeah.
So you can take that little card that you got and go places and be like, look, oh, 50% off. Have home. Oh, hey, card? Yeah. Oh, we got a home loan for you. Yeah. Card? Oh, yeah. Go and get in the game. We got this day, that day, free. Yeah. Card? Yes. Oh, it's free. They take care of you. Like they do today, like they did in Rome. If you was a part of the Roman army. Once you retired, you was taken care of. You got your land. You had a home back waiting for you. If you got back, you had a home waiting for you with acres of land. You could get servants. You go all transfer the whole Roman Empire if they knew that you served in the army. And they had a way of knowing you was a legionnaire. Hello? Don't they still use that word legionnaire? All right. Huh? But with his knowledge, with his wisdom, his understanding, that's how he has gotten rich. Found out that you really got a mansion. I tell you right now, you really need to live in this mansion. Y'all good class is gone. We think it's empty now. It's devastating. We just pack up, call it over with, because y'all headed out, Jack. They tell you got a mansion. That's where you really live. They just didn't, for years, they didn't tell you that was your house. But now you know. Who ain't going back there? Show hands. I don't see not one hand up. Quick, fast, in a hurry. You gonna be there. See, if you strip the knowledge, I say that because you strip the knowledge. When we said earlier, we don't even know where to return back to. That's because knowledge has been stripped. You don't even know, we don't even know what's ours. Knowledge has been stripped. That knowledge that was stripped, it didn't just evaporate. It went to somebody else. It went to them who's living on top. Now, they had knowledge. They have knowledge of who you are. although you don't have knowledge of who you are. And that's why they're able to operate like they operate. Like you said, when the one gentleman looked and saw your attire, he clammed up. Conversation, we ain't talking too much more. Not until we find out who old boy is. Because he must know something. Because he wouldn't have some zizzies on. He wouldn't have on what he have on. He wouldn't carry himself the way he carried himself. They ain't down the Justice Center running around with fringes on. That's a part of knowledge. When people see you, they know something.
Yeah.
What's that? Uh-oh. And it's just to the degree of their knowledge. But they know something. That's another reason why we wear them. And supposed to wear them. Every day.
Every day.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Home, work, stuff.
This is a display of knowledge.
Yeah.
That's why y'all might say the sign. A sign is knowledge. This is a sign.
Yeah.
It's knowledge. Only one people was told. I listened to Clamman talking about, we beat children of Israel. Clamman, we beat children of Israel. I said, good. You beat children of Israel, where your fringes at? Huh? What you talking about, boy? Then you don't know nothing about being children of Israel.
Hallelujah.
Because you don't have no knowledge. Because you don't have a sign.
God.
And it's because we don't have no knowledge that we destroy it
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
and continue to be destroyed.
Yes, sir.
When I know that you've been named Elohim, son of Elohim, when I know that and I regard that knowledge, I ain't got no business trying to murder you.
Right.
That people around him don't have. See? That cutting off the kids from the parents that he doing in that border. That's a de facto knowledge. When I take one generation from another generation, they have not the cycle completed to transfer knowledge. When I put a gap there,
Right.
knowledge, it cannot be transmitted. It's like electricity. If I could put something in there to block that currency or that current, then it can't go no further. It's gonna get there, it's gonna stop. Is that right, brother? Huh? Now, when I move that and let it join itself back together, then it's gonna flow. Well, all they've done is put a blockage there. And there is no transfer of knowledge and have not been for a long time. That's why in the prophets it said, for a long time, there had not been no teaching priests and the people been without the law of Elohim. That was to stop knowledge. When you sever your relationship with your children, that's a deadbeat dad. Not that you can't give them a few bucks, not that you can't take them to the show. When you sever your relationship and the ability to be able to deal with them, to transfer knowledge, to be able to give them something of essence from you to them, pass it along, that is a deadbeat dad. Because you can be a deadbeat dad and come around and give them $100 every single day.
Right.
But if you don't give them nothing, that's essence, essential. That's a deadbeat dad. You don't give them no knowledge. If I give you $100 and don't give you no knowledge of how to make that $100 turn to 1,000, and that 1,000 turned to 1,000,000, 10,000, and then 10,000 to turn to 1,000,000. I haven't given you nothing. Look at all our brothers and sisters clapping over here that y'all can't see. Hallelujah. Got to have eyes to see. That's all.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And has gotten gold is by knowledge. I know so I know the gold they have, what they have built, what churches when we ride by, because that's what people want to say, and that's what they say now. Oh, Israel, we did, and yeah, we should have better. And our places that wherever we in, we should try to bring them up, and that's why we gonna get busy. We should try to, but we ain't gonna never build no cathedrals in this land. We ain't gonna never build no great big Taj Mahals in this land. Because the only reason why they have built them is because the money, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the wealth that they took from other people and carried it over here and helped build these things. The Knights Templars, the money that they took out of Jerusalem and made a banking system with it that transferred and went all over Europe, and then it ended up over here. They talk about we searching for the wealth of it. You ain't got to search for it. You know where it's at. You walking in it most of the time. Your cathedrals, your churches, that was built with money from around the world, namely out of Jerusalem. They pillaged Jerusalem. Great wealth came out of Jerusalem. That's why the Creator says, you got to bring all that back. The ships of Tarshish first. But all ships from all over, you got to, that's why he said, you can't shut your gates and your bars and your harbors. You can't never be out of business. Because night and day, the forces of the Gentiles must return to you. That's how much wealth they took from you. That's how France got built up. That's how England got built up. That's how the British got built up. That's how the America got built up. This is yours. But because you forsook knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you don't have it. This is not mystical, and it's not hard to understand how the Almighty just had to show you these things and bring it all together. It's simple mathematics, though, or applied science, however way you want to look at it. And by great wisdom, and by thy great wisdom, and they had wisdom, but then they went and what? Great wisdom, that means they what? Went and what? Excelled, elevated. They built on the wisdom that they achieved. They built on that. By your great wisdom. And by your traffic. What's traffic? Movement. Movement. That's a principle of wealth. You move, it's liquid. You hear the term liquidation? Yeah. That means it's able to be something that's liquid, you're able to move it. It's not stagnated. It don't stay in one place. They move it. And everything moves, it's just how it moves. They say the black dollar moves 1 to 2 times in its community before it's gone.
Not even one.
It says that the other communities, it constantly moves, it revolves within the community. And it most of the time doesn't leave because it constantly revolves, building up the community that others have to come in and seek what they have. That's why they're able to sustain a little Chinatown, a Germantown, a little Italy, because they were able to keep all that intact. Even the mobsters in their wickedness, they had codes to make sure everything stayed in that circle in Chicago and New York. They had codes and conducts to make sure it all stayed. That's why they had set up families. And if you broke those codes and conduct, even as a mobster, hey, they would vote you out and they would take you out because you went against that code and that conduct. But it's by their traffic. They move things. They not stagnant. They move things. Yes, we in Israel now. Yes, we over in this country. Yeah, we over in this country. Yeah, we over in this country. Yeah, we over in this country. By their traffic. Yes, we can set tariffs here. Yes, we can set sanctions here. Yes, we can cut them off here. Yes, we can dictate to them there. By your great wisdom and by your traffic, you have increased riches. And it's all set up to what? Bring them wealth and riches. Like I said, that's why you have the United States. But then when we go on our vacation, and I'm not anti-vacation, they're pretty places. But when we go on the vacations, it says the United States Virgin Islands. The United States, this and that. And all they are a baby of Britain. So you also have the British Virgin Islands. Because it's just what they carved out amongst each other and accepted that you could have and I could have. But they still carry those names today. By their track and no that's right, because they travel in cities. So you got the cruise liner that you own, paying for that. Then you on there, you buying stuff while you on there. Then you go from port to port, buying stuff, moving stuff and bringing stuff back. That's traffic. Y'all never thought y'all might we teach like
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
they're rich. There's wealth. He said, by that you have gotten gold and silver into your treasuries. By great wisdom, by traffic, have thou increased your riches. And your heart is lifted up because of your riches. They set their heart on their riches.
Yes, sir. Yes, they do.
Where else would you want to go? This is the greatest country in the world. Look at how prosperous we have stuff that they don't have. We have stuff that other countries don't have. That's why you had a president to come on and say, and they can go to hell those S-hole countries. But you ain't telling the people why you think they S-hole countries. And why they third world countries. You're not telling them because your policies are making them like that. Where they can't export nothing or import something. See, it wasn't about just Mr. launching a thing. When he met with this Korean leader, they talked business.
Yep.
That's what they talked about. They talked more than anything about some war. They don't care about no life, loss of life between those. They talk business. That's what they sat down and talked. What kind of business? See, that's why he is the right man. Because he about business. Even if most of them fail, he about business. So when he sat down with him, they talked business. And put something in between. But it's about business. It wasn't about no war. About money. what we all gonna carve out. That's why he went and told them that he affiliated with at the G7 summit. France, yeah, Germany, and all them at the G7 summit, Britain. He told them, he said, man, look, I'm laying tariffs on y'all. Y'all gonna pay a high price for this. And then in the end, he said, but you know what? I've been talking with my man. And I think the G7, and these are allies, I think the G7 need to turn to the G8. Because I think Russia should be back in the mix. They were outraged. What? All this time, right? You've seen what they've been doing? They've been on the move to try to resurrect what was known as the United Soviet Socialist Republic. And you want to bring them back in the G? We have no enough economy here. Collusion. They ain't trying to find. So let me tell you something. Y'all all right? I got to keep taking y'all posts. Y'all want me to teach y'all on break? Let me tell you something. They know about collusion. Talking about he should be impeached. No, he shouldn't. Could you impeach him? Like say he like Nino Brown. He gonna tell on everybody. Then all of the United States government and people know it. It's gonna come to a screeching halt. But he gonna tell on everybody, and he gonna tell everything. Gotta get the Almighty to show us His truth. He said, but your heart is lifted up because of your riches. And that's what they set their heart on. They set their heart on the riches. And as the leader, and that's the message from up top, then that's what the nation is like. The heart is set on riches. See, this is this is what y'all show. That's why he's the perfect person for this time. Because it's cutthroat, as what he is, and what you see in one person embodies the nation in which he's ruling over in this instance. In this instance. If it rebels against him, then you'll see that they don't embody. But right now, if it follows him, that's because it resemblance. They find in him what they like. And so for him to be cutthroat, that's how they are. All the way trickled down. People, even down to common people, are cutthroat in a lot of cases. Because it's about getting this. And we know that because it's even trickled down to us. That's why the Almighty told us, I haven't forgotten Deuteronomy. We might not go back there, but we haven't forgotten. That's why he said, don't learn the way of this heathen where you go. That's why he told us, don't follow after their prosperity. He didn't say don't seek prosperity. He said their prosperity. Because that comes with a price to pay. They get theirs in a certain kind of way that you and I are not supposed to get ours.
That's right.
They get theirs at all costs. Like they said, they will step over their own mama and stomp on their own mama to come up. They will violate every code of conduct to come up. All bets is off. That's an unscrupulous and wicked individual. And we are not to be like that. We're supposed to have some kind of morality about us. If we got to miss out, then we just have to miss out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're not going to miss out. If I don't care, we childhood friends. If you in my way, you're going to be out of here. Because their heart is set on those riches. And our heart, learning being here, our heart is like that now. We set on those things. Therefore, thus says Yahweh, because thou hast set thy heart as Elohim. Behold, look at this. Because you've done this, behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon you. The terrible. He said, when he worked, when he give justice and he give judgment, he said he gonna bring strangers upon this person, this entity, this nation. The terrible nation. A man that, so you gotta go get something, Lisa, you say, to get rid of the rats. You gotta go get the snakes. You gotta go get something that's worse than the rats is bad, but you gotta go get something to get rid of them. You gotta go get something that's worse than them. So to get the rats out, you know, Mike said, I'm gonna bring some snakes, and they're gonna whoop you. They're gonna whoop you as you were. I'm gonna raise up a man who don't regard nothing just like you. I ain't saying all of them, because everybody that practices it ain't like that. But it's what the Almighty designed. It's the extremist movement, because that is so, because that's in everything. It's a fringe element. So I want people to understand, because I want people to understand if they listen. It's an extreme element, but it's an extreme element, and they like that, and that's what the Almighty use with a jihadist mind. That you can't buy me, you can't corrupt me, you can't deter me, you can't fend me off. I only got one way and one outcome that I know, and that's to take you out, or either I go out, or we both go out when I try. I'm not interested in being your friend. I'm not interested in showing you any mercy. I'm not interested in none of that. I'm here to destroy you. And that's what the Almighty mean when he said he gonna bring the terrible from among nations. That's why they'll bomb in France, what they call Islamic extremists. They'll bomb in France, just like they bombed over here, just like they bomb over there, because they have an agenda, an extremist ideology, just like you have an ideology. That's why I said the Almighty ain't gonna use us for no anarchy. We know why we're here. He told Israel, if you humble yourself and be accepting of your punishment, then I'll start working for you and you can be relieved of your oppression. So he ain't never told us if you go out to every gun show every month and bob ammo and bob guns and store them up so you can be ready for the day of anarchy. He ain't never told us that, because that ain't how we gonna be saved.
Yeah.
Now, do we have the right to defend ourselves in the days to come and when things break down? Of course you do. But it ain't by rebellion and anarchy that we gonna be saved. But he says again, behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of nations, and they will draw the sword against the beauty of your wisdom. What everybody think is so good about your ideologies and your theology. That's what they're going to fight against. And they shall defile your brightness. They shall bring me down to the pit, and you will die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the sea. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee? Will you tell him when he getting ready to deliver that death blow? Will you tell him, I am Elohim? And he getting ready to thrust you through? I'm God. All right. Let's test that. Like in that movie Immortal, when they say Immortals. He said, we put that to the test. And you see him just, yeah. That way you be all right, we gonna see. He said, will you tell him you're Elohim? But you will be a man and not Elohim in the hand of him that deaths of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers. And why? Why? Ezekiel 28 chapter verse 10. And why? Don't come fouling after nobody in this class or after nobody if there is those that have that power. This train can't be derailed. It can't be stopped. And it can't be stopped because the mouth of Yahweh have spoken it.
Hallelujah.
But then he go on to say this. Moreover, the word of Yah came unto me, saying, Son of man, take up a lamentation upon the king of Tyrus, and say unto him, Thus says Yahweh, thou sealest up the song, full of wisdom, and you perfect in beauty. Everything about you. This is what I was going back earlier. I know you thought I forgot that train of thought, but I hadn't. You make things look of this nation. They paint a picture where everything looks beautiful. They paint a picture even in your own cities where everything looks beautiful. If you think it's something wrong, there must be something wrong with you because everything is beautiful. This is a beautiful place. They paint a picture. They're beautiful. You on TV smiling, saying all kinds of words. And they look so beautiful with suits, ties, crisp and clean, and lying to us right in our faces. They'll tell us what we see, we don't see. What we hear, we didn't hear. In other words, it didn't happen because of the appearance. See, there's a reason, everything, knowledge, wisdom. Y'all ever notice somebody tell me what to do when somebody go to court? I'm like, well, lawyer, what do you do? Huh?
What they gonna go to?
Yeah. Uh-huh. You do that, but you do something else. Mm-mm. Yeah. Hurry up.
Yeah.
He be done killed 50 people. Come on, you got him.
I know what to do to him.
Put them on, just for a minute.
Close your eyes.
I put them on him. He be done killed 50 people. I put them an Oxford shirt and some shoes, and this is who I present in front of the jury. Look at him. Cut this. I'm cutting this. There it is right there. There it is right there. There it is right there. That mugshot picture, we want to get as far away from that as possible. There it is right there. That t-shirt, that's gone. That's gone. He got a nice suit and he got a nice Oxford shirt. And that's what we're going to put. Nice, clean cut young man.
Yes, sir.
Because when you see this with your eyes, you're not going to associate that with that person that killed all them people. How could he? No, not him. But yeah, him with the glasses, that suit, that shirt, that dress, this the same man. But that appearance, that appearance.
That's what monsters do, huh?
That appearance. He was brought on his belly, but he wasn't ugly. That serpent probably had all kind of colors when he slid it up to, and he didn't look to chase her away. That's why the Almighty had to put that rift and that fear in between them like it is today. He did that as a result of what happened. He put that curse between woman, the seed of woman, and the seed. Something, let me grab him. Like some people that deal with, I saw a dude walking down Westwood around me. Yeah, because the Almighty gonna explain something in the 13th verse. He says, thou has been there. He wasn't there physically, but the spirit that he had. Because Hasatan, he is the adverse spirit. Adverse spirit to who? Adverse spirit to who? To the Most High. He's the one that comes in you to give you a mind to think that you can be like the Most High. That's Satan in your life. That's why he told him you was in the garden of Elohim. Every precious stone was your covering. You moved and you maneuvered throughout all the precious stones that was found. Precious stones is found in where? Right in the earth.
Right in the earth.
Man, we pick up diamonds all the time. I don't know why y'all paying $5,000, $6,000, but we pick them up all the time. We roll right by them. I said, you run through your hands. I don't know where y'all paying $5,000, $6,000. Precious stones. That's where they come from. I maneuvered through the precious stones. The sardis, topaz, diamond, pearl, onyx, jasper, sapphire, emerald, carbuncle, and gold. Gold is even in the earth. The workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou was created. Thou art the anointed fire. You were perfect in thy ways from the day that thou was created till iniquity was found in you. By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and now has sinned. Therefore I will cast thee as a profane out of the mountain of Elohim, and I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire. The spirit, this is the spirit that's in this man. That's why he's been hell-bent on destruction. The Europeans mostly have been a history hell-bent on destruction. Thy heart was lifted up because of your beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of brightness. For I will cast thee to the ground. I will lay you before kings, that they may behold you. Thou hast defiled thy sanctuary by the multitude of thy iniquity, by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore I will pour a fire from the midst of you. Fire from the midst of you, the burning from out of the midst of you. Your destruction is going to be internal turmoil, burning out, bubbling out from the midst of you. As I told y'all, anarchy. It will devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all them that behold thee, and all they that know thee among the people will be astonished at thee. Thou never, one-time shot for the wicked. Never will you see this again. anymore. Now it's hard, and especially this country like that, because like I said, it looks so, everything about it looks so appealing, looks so beautiful. But make no mistake, this is the seat of wickedness that we live, of wickedness that we live in. And so the sign of time, we need to look in the Almighty book, because forever Yahweh's word is settled in heaven. And if I had not turned to the law, it ain't no telling where I might be. Because the perish don't simply mean to die. They write on the side of cartons, these are perishables. That don't mean it's dead all the way. That means it's deteriorating that way. They'll put on by perishables. So when you say you soon perish, that means you go in that way. Had not been for the law. The law has been a restorer to many people.
Hallelujah.
The law has brought many people back from the brink of perish.
Hallelujah.
The law has saved. The law has saved.
Yes. Hallelujah.
I will never forget thy precept back in Psalm 119:93. I didn't forget you. So I will never forget your precepts, for with them thou hast quickened me. With his precepts. That's how you're able to understand things everybody else can't understand. That's how you're able to see the truth of the Almighty word. We didn't stress nothing. We didn't go nowhere and stress nothing. It was right here.
Hallelujah.
Read the same word we've been reading. It's right here. I am yours. Total surrender. We have to surrender ourselves.
Hallelujah.
I am yours. So save me.
Thank you, God.
That's all I do now. Y'all ain't got to believe it. Day and night, every day. That's all I do is cry to the Almighty with the things that's wrong in my life. Because I ain't got no power. I don't have no power to change it. So I'm hollering out, yeah, y'all see me, I wear a smile, whatever. But I know the things that's wrong with me and within my life. So day and night, I'm hollering out continually. Save me, save me, save me. Change things. If it means you gotta move. Just do it. Because I am yours. Let me accept that I'm yours. I'm given to y'all. Just as a child. The child is given of Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
But the child itself is Yahweh's. It's given to you for safekeeping. Like a man give you a jewel and say, I want you to keep this for me. But one day he's gonna return for his. I sold it. It got tarnished. You want to take care of his jewel because you know he's gonna return for it. And then he might reward you in accordance to how you took care of it. We all are Yahweh. We given to one another. Pride destroy me. We know, like I said, that's knowledge. We know they're trying to destroy us. That ain't talking about every person you walk in the store and you just gotta be on edge with all other nationalities and whites and everything. Because they ain't talking about all of them. It's the wicked. Because they being destroyed. Little do they know by the wicked.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
They being destroyed by the wicked. Some of them too pea-brained and ill-informed to understand they being destroyed by the wicked. But we already know, or should know, they out there seeking to destroy. That's why we can't give them no ammunition. We can't walk up to them and give them the bullet to put in the gun. But I will consider your testimony in 96, because I have seen, and here it is, I love when he wrote this, because I have seen an end of all perfection. I know what perfection looks like. Like I said, time travel. I've seen Mount Zion. I've seen what this world is supposed to look like.
Oh, God.
I've seen, even if you want to say, well, that's the imagination of your own mind, we're good. Because I've seen peace from sea to shining sea. I've seen no more talk of war. I've seen in my mind every man, every knee, every tongue confessing and bowing and serving Yahweh. I've seen that. And if it's a figment of my own imagination, then praise be Yahweh. But I've seen, and as he said, I've seen an end of all perfection, where everything is perfect. And you can, I'm not saying nothing that I'm special. If you believe it, what Solomon say, but your mind conceive, you can achieve. You have to see it.
Yes, sir.
You see yourself the greatest father in the world? Don't mean you're the greatest father, but you're the greatest father in the world in your reality.
Hallelujah.
Because that's what you're going to be. You see yourself as a doctor, that's what you're going to head yourself to be.
Hallelujah. Wow.
But thy commandment is exceeding broad. And for your commandment, that's why he's saying profession, because the commandment is exceedingly broad. It's all over. We're going to start ready to take a break. It's 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Went past break time.
Yeah. Praise God.
But I can keep going. I'm set right now. As a kid, well, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna start laughing. I'm lit. Y'all probably don't even say lit no more, so I'm not even gonna mess with that. Y'all probably got something else. Because we were talking about the signs of the time. It might have to be part 2.
Yes, sir.
Because as I said, reality of it is going off of seeing what's happening, going just off of January, February, March, April, 2020, 2021, 2013, 2000, going just off of that, we're going to be lost because it was a shuffle game. Even when I did that at the thing and I counted the days back, those were just days that corresponded to dates that I know everybody have on the calendar. That's not what you paid attention to. The fact that you pay attention to is that no matter you losing days, even if I don't use them names, you're losing days if you do it in that manner. And not because I say so, but because like I said, this has been done by other nations. It's been tried already. It's been practiced already. So it wasn't nothing about using those days. It was to show.
Yes, sir.
Because you can't fuse, we really can't fuse the two together. The Julian or Gregorian count with the Almighty and how he would count. That's why he's given us signs.
That's right.
And the signs gonna lay within heaven
And earth.
and earth and the part that we haven't gotten to yet, which is his people.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
That's what we look to. We got into part of it because that part was about the wicked. The signs of the time, the wicked. Like I said, like I told you, this artificial life. Those things were pointed out not because it was something just to show you, hey, I've been looking at TV or I've been brilliant. No, I'm thinking these are signs. Because a man is on the crust, if you see and have read and understood that the Almighty is talking about him trying to be like him, and then he's doing these things and he's escalating, and these are the things he's doing, then don't you think it's time? See, when I speak like that, I ain't just saying because everybody says it's cliche now. Oh, it's time, this world is over with. But they just say because it's cliche. I say it because I'm looking and I see the time. Don't you think it's time that this wicked man be removed from power if these are the things that he's practicing?
Hallelujah.
Because if you let him keep going, then he will fancy himself and he will get there because that's what he proposed to do. And he will ultimately think he is the creator.
Yes, sir.
And everybody will think he is the creator. So the Almighty, that's what he meant when he said, I'm going to show you you're not Elohim. You're just a man. And everybody else going to see you're just a man. I'm going to tear your playhouse down and build a whole new one where only I am ultimate. But I can't have no rival. I gave it to you for a time and a time and a divine a time. Uh-oh.
Hallelujah.
Uh-oh.
Time.
Time, Daniel, time, and divine. I let you play for a time, and a divine time. But now playtime is over.
Hallelujah.
But the righteous better get themselves together
Right.
if they want to inherit the kingdom
Hallelujah.
to come.
Hallelujah.
Any comments from anyone based on what was discussed from this first half? Yes, sir, Elder.
Good. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Anybody else have a comment? Yes, sir, young man. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise God. If there are no other comments from what we went over so far, then we're gonna stand and take a break, put something in the bellies and on the bones.
Back over there.
About 6. So we'll pick up with, we'll stay on the signs of the times.
Hallelujah.
All right? Oh, well, maybe not, because I did tell somebody I would teach on something, and